Welcome, Speed Gaming fans, to the final round of this year's Lefeinian ladder. My name is Steven Hawk. With me in the booth today, Luffy DV with our tracker Wildham, and thank you, Speed Gaming Bot, for the restream. Luffy DV, what are we looking at with these parties and blursings?
Hi, good evening, Fabian, and good evening, friends and family out there. We have, like you said, Game 10, Lefeinian Ladder. Some fun stuff here. We'll talk about the blursings once we let them go, but the parties out there, we kind of figured this would be the case based off of what the parties were blessed with. That fighter is pretty stacked. Why don't you tell them what they got right there?
We got a fighter with plus legendary swords, plus 10 hit. Yeah, no promo spells, but I mean, when you can immediately swap a Masa, an Excal, an anything on that thing and just swing, you're gonna like that.
For sure. Thieves, not too bad also. They get access to fighter armor and plus 10 strength at the expense of minus 5 luck. It's fine. Red mages, we both agree, were pretty nice. They get the access to the fast spell right away. They get to equip any of the good shirts we find, white shirt, black shirt, what have you. But they don't get any lock, which is kind of a bit of a bummer.
Very true, and we're obviously not seeing any whites on stream, white mages, but yeah, plus 2 or plus invis 2, plus 20 health or hit points, but made of 1 MDef, which not so great in comparison to the black mage, which has red mage armor plus 10 vitality, so much better health there, but no fire 3, which I mean could be bad, could be good, depending on what we see in spells, but we do have a free caster item to start out with, so one less sweeper in the options, could be just an item instead.
Yeah, Black Mage is really good with the Red Mage armor and the Vitality. Like you said, the No Fire 3 could be a little worrisome. We'll really see what kind of magic we have, to your point. If we get a decent sweeper, like, Nuke at level 1, level 2, it's going to be a moot point.
Well, you did roll this seed, so we'll see what you gave them.
Yeah, we'll see in due time. I just dropped the gate on our runners. They'll probably be out and going in about 30 to 45 seconds. Shout out to Smiles Fire, who got us all set up and gave us the heads up on how much of a quick little delay they'll have before they're out and going.
Before we get going, we got to make sure we let them know what the flags are and what we're looking at. We have a 2 orb required any, similar to the winter tournament flags.
Yes, this is a winter tournament variant setup, so a little bit of changes, but mostly the same as we're often going.
Level 1 Harm, Fog, Exit, and Viz 2. That's sweet to see. And Zap, Temper, Lock. Well, we can't get the Lock on the Black Mage, but this level 1 magic, especially Black, is looking very good.
Oh yeah, you love to see Temper in the early levels. Zap is a serviceable spell. It'll do its job as an AoE kind of, mowing things down. Not much resist time, so that's okay.
True, and unfortunately the Harm All effect's not valid for anything other than the White Mage, so that Harm is not a valid sweeper option.
Alright.
Looks like both of the runners are straight up towards Toph, not bothering to check the item shop just yet, understandable.
Yeah, pretty standard routing here. You're going to go up there, you're going to save outside, you're going to go in, maybe check a few boxes here. You got 3 quick ones, maybe look for some money. I mean, maybe we get lucky and find an early weapon.
Very true. Find that Excal before you even fight Garland. It's like 5,000 gold in that first chest for Burt Reynolds, and Ghost Pirates taking on Garland, going swing, wait, with a Bane Sword -1. Was that swing or cast? Either way, it worked.
I think it was cast, and Poison Smoke Terminated will do the job. We get ourselves an Adamant from the King and a Canal from Sarah. That's 2 useful items, probably.
Well, it's an easy turn-in, and if we get the ship, that's access to the Outer Sea. Meanwhile, Dragon Sword -1 and some chump change, so that top 2 chests not so great. The sword is usable, though.
Not much there in the weapons shop in Canary either. Hand axe +4, no thanks. Houses are a little pricey, 1,700. Softs about 200. That's pretty average. Everything else looked okay. No save items, I think, besides those houses. Those slightly concerning.
Indeed. Burt Reynolds has lost the thief, goes ahead and kills Garland in 1 shot. Maybe Bert's just going to go with Thief to the floor for that run chance and go 3-man.
You man, I'm a big fan of that sprite though, right there with the cooked duck. That's pretty funny.
As Bert gets the canal and the adamant, Ghost Pirates in the dwarf caves, checking with the smith, getting a Vorpal. There you go. There's your legendary. Ooh, okay, doesn't want it.
All right, well, he knows it's there. That's fine. I mean, he could have hung on to it if he wanted, but I mean, it's there.
True. It's a neutral big sword, and if he finds a need for it, it's not the long run. If that was Narek at the bottom of the dungeon,
Right.
or the area, it would have been like, eh.
Yeah.
Making good use of that Bane sword, though, still taking out some loose pass. One thing I did notice is the run all the way from Canaria to Toph. The run off the hard reset is pretty long.
I think Goats made it almost from Canaria to Dwarfs as well without an encounter, as we got our runners high five holding hands and going opposite ways.
As we get Bicky for Bert, we get a quick look at the white magic. Not seeing much there. Cure 2, heal 2, soft. Fire fast at level 2. Excellent spells so far. Temper and fast.
So we have great utility here for the black magic early on with fast and temper in the first 2 levels. No sweeper spell to speak of. Not even a lightning 2. So, hi floater.
Ding, ding, ding. They have access to the skies because we have a free canoe. They can literally just make a run down the waterway.
Wow. I mean, 4 minutes in and we can already get in the air if we wanted. That's pretty quick.
Did you roll them a jet seed? You gave them a legendary weapon fighter with plus hit, a free Vorpal immediately, and the floater?
Wow. I don't know. I mean, I learned how to roll from Danny, and if you know Danny, that's always a problem. But this seems interesting early on, at least.
Indeedly do. Looks like Bert is going to go ahead and get some gear. Wants some, looks like chain buckler, doesn't want to take any chances. That negative rolled chain isn't that great, but it works for almost all of his characters.
Any absorb is good absorb here, especially with this early floater and being able to just, run around the entire world.
Yep, there's your save items. Cabins and tents are both cheap. Cabins only 33 gold. I'd take those over the tents just for the added XP or health regen.
Like you said, not much to speak of here in the white magic. Exfer's fine. It's an okay spell in a pinch to kind of remove all defenses on the enemy. Heal 2 is okay, but I mean, we got, we're doing this with Bane right now and Zap.
So far, they have been working.
Yeah.
Ghost Pirate's going to be our first man in the waterway. Question is, how dangerous will these be, or do they have enough save items to say, who cares?
Yeah, we'll see. Pretty decent run, like you said, off the hard reset. Changes ever so slightly being in the river system with the encounters, but looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, Ghost Pirate definitely just taking no chances, just saving. Can I go and check item shop and probably Sage's while he's here? Might gonna do this before going to get the floater unlocked.
Interesting. Ooh, silver bracelets +5. That's some endgame gear. I like that a lot, and they're pretty decently cheap. I think we saw gold's -1 for almost 50k in Canaria, so I'll take that silver +5 over that for the savings and for the defense any day.
And as Ghost Pirates is shopping for armor, Bert has taken to the sky and is now in Crescent as well. Priorities.
Yeah. I think grabbing the airship makes a lot of sense to me before going to Crescent, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's pretty much the same amount of steps anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, that is the Ruby. That is access to Titans. Obviously, with the airship, you don't really need to get to Titans unless it's incentivized, but hey, there's 4 more chests.
Yep, it is incentivized on this flag set too, so that's something they definitely like to see.
Okay, that's 2 incentive checks then, because that's Sarda from the airship and the Adamant, or the Ruby, or the Amethyst, as Burt Reynolds is running some alternate stones.
Yeah, so we get Sarda here for free. Gonna see what Grandpa's got. Maybe he's gonna give us some dynamite and we can go back to Dwarf Caves and pick up that Vorpal that we left behind. It's a crown.
Yeah, some old ornamental jewelry to be worn by an Elf King. Another very quick check on their way.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice seeing these early chain items in close proximity, because the more items they get, whether they're immediate progression or not, that's faster experience gain and gold. X-Cal +3, big
Ooh.
stick, massive acquired, and the
Oh,
bottle. There's a
okay.
close proximity to Gaia as well, so Ghost Pirate not taking any worries, just gonna straight ahead and pop it.
Yeah, that X-Cal is enormous right there. I mean, we don't even need to promote now if we really don't want to. Like, that's great.
Quite literally at this point, the promotion, not getting that extra magic, is to get access to the Opal and Dragon armor.
Mm-hmm.
And as the Herb from Astos.
Okay.
Rando cutting out Matoya from the normal quest chain, and Bane gets the kill on Astos.
Nice. It's so funny to see, like, Seabree gets early floater, and you think the world's open. You got divergence. No, there's no divergence. We're doing a lot of the same right here.
Ghost Pirate going up, not going to go to Elfland early with that herb.
He's going to go right for Cardia. We have incentives here at the Cardia Islands, and Dragon Horde is on, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
I am
it is.
shocked he has exits, so this long run isn't too bad. But if he was just after that incentive item, he could have gone to that bottom right island where the incentive chest normally is. And ribbon and a key. Ribbon from the Elf Prince, and the key from Bahamut.
Okay, alright.
Ghost Pirate geared up out of the trove as Bert is taking a run into Dwarf's. Going to find that Vorpal and probably just bail out of it too.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep it for the ninja, and when he promotes if he wants. I mean, you can use it as a paperweight, you can throw it out a window. We have options.
Very true. And from here, with that key, I wouldn't be shocked to see a run up to Canaria Castle. Otherwise, Bert going to go ahead and dive the marsh.
Marsh lock is marsh incentive is vanilla. So we are going to get a key item down here. Looking at what else we got. We got Ordeals and Ice Cave, and the Canaria lock is all that's left. So, curious.
Bert, having gone to get that herb turn-in, did not go into Elfland. This will be our first chance at level 3 magic, and that's fire. Oh, well, fire 3 for the red mage, not the black. That's the Blursing negative fire 3.
Yeah, that feels a little bad. Fire 3 would have been at least something for that black mage to do. Life, red mage learnable, and red wizard as well. No promo spells on the night means that we won't have any life 2 today, but it's there.
That red mage coming in pretty handy so far with its access to spells that can actually do things. Silver armor +5. That is pretty solid armor. Short of fire armor or ice armor, I think that's the best that you can get. Or maybe the opal bracelet.
It's some of the best item you can find in a shop besides, like, a steel armor.
Bert in marsh, getting some good gold out of these chests here. Saber, Quake,
okay.
pretty solid tier 4 black. Still no good sweepers other than that zap, though.
Oh, mute A-lit. Oh, boy. Magic is not our friend this seed.
I think we found where you've put the most of your chaos into with this one.
Yeah.
As Ghost Pirates gets out of Elfland, Bert is dealing with a pack and finds the crystal.
Okay.
This is a very out of order quest chain.
It is. Alright, Goat's gonna give us a look here at Canaria Incentivized. Lab.
Well, the long walk to Loompa Loompaville. I do believe with this flag set that we have the Lefeinian Superstore, so That's access to most of the magic in the game if they choose to go for it.
It is. You really, if you were going to go there, would like to ideally have promotion to maybe one-stop magic shop for everybody, but I mean, in these flags with 3 orbs any, you really just want to kind of go as fast as you can and get your dungeon items and go. Promotion, especially with the legendary weapons on this fighter, is really kind of a luxury.
Hey, warp is level 5, but it's not locked. How nice of it.
Very nice. At least we got something useful.
Still haven't seen the shop item. That is one thing to point out. So, chance of Gaia or Onrak. Goat's on his way down to get what we know is the crystal, as Bert is on his way up to turn it in.
Ideally, we'd like to see, you know, an Oxyale or a rod here, some kind of dungeon item that you can go and do things besides Volcano.
Indeedly do. That one item gets them where they go. The cube, that's half the way to Sky. We wouldn't mind seeing that. Never have too much robot chicken.
Right. It's not ideal, but it's a piece of the puzzle that we will accept at this time.
Bert about to find out the good news about warp.
With ordeals being incentivized as well, you really would love to have warp before going there to be able to use the pillar maze to warp yourself back if you make a wrong turn. So that's comforting to see that it's there.
True, but that's still level 5, so getting to those charges within reasonable numbers is going to take a few levels.
Fair point, too.
That said, I gotta like ordeals. Go for 3rd pillar.
Alright.
Bert gonna dive Volcano, our first actual Fiend dungeon.
I like this. He can do this with the Excal if you get some pretty decent turn order on carry. There's quite a few boxes in here, some trap tiles to check. Definitely is worth the play.
I would have to agree, especially since there are a couple free tiles or no off chance or off tile encounter options. So an early, relatively shallow grind spot could be found here. Yeah, that Excal is doing absurd work.
Yeah, that's going to do real nice.
Plus 5 Excal, plus 20 hit percent.
Hey, a second Bane sword.
Bane buddies. Interesting, Goat's Pirate is checking the block chest underneath the incentive in Marsh. Finds some waters, but also has lost the red mage. Finds an ice shield. That is actually really good.
Yeah.
More better armor for that boss of a fighter.
White shirt. That's nice. You can equip that on the red mage if you really want to.
And a wizard stick. Not horrible.
Okay, well that's also something you can start throwing a carry if you really want to get desperate.
Why not confuse the snack lady? Bert not going around that mud goal tile. Not gonna hate the experience he can get from it, but they can hurt pretty easily.
Yeah. The power of Zap. The power of Zap.
Ghost Pirate out of Marsh. As Bert heals up and is taking this mud gull encounter. Interesting. Not at the first chest location where it's a no off tile encounter. He's just taking what he's got when he can get it. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. He could drop a party member, like drop that thief, and still have access to warp or exit to get out of there.
I think he's probably just trying to grab himself just into the teens here and then feel a little bit more comfortable about going after carry. Nah, we're just going to go to Ice Cave. That works too.
Yeah, if you're going to dive an incentive, this is probably wanted to just get that one cast of warp necessary to shorten Ice Cave.
Right, yep. Smart.
find some wizards, run some wizards, as Ghost Pirate gets a item from the witch.
Latoya gave us our cube right there. Shout out to Wildham, keeping the notes for us. Again, our tracker, thank you very much.
And Goats is going towards Ordeals.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, you got to figure by now, this is a 50-50 Ice Cave, or Ordeals has an item that we really, really want. Since we found our ribbon and we found our Vorpal. In a perfect world, this would be a Chime, and he can just go and do Sky while he's here, but we'll see.
Get your pillars in chat. Do we go with first pillar, third pillar, second pillar, fourth pillar? Ship is a wonk in ice.
Bummer.
And a katana is a -3. That's kind of silly sad. Now, if you're Bert, do you go down deeper and try and find a grind on one of the ice tiles, maybe?
I mean, I can't really tell. I mean, I feel like you might want to see if this was worth your trip to come here. Finding that ship definitely feels a little bad, but if you could find, you know, say the eye tile or an Agama here, that's kind of worth it. You just take this fighter to the moon and just go.
Yeah, I was worried for a second that he found gargoyles, but no, they're gargoyles. He's just running a pallet shift, and he exits out.
Yeah, just checking that one spike tile, it makes sense.
Ooh, interesting. The Zombies have rub.
Oh, it feels kind of bad at times. You know, pro rings will help us, but I don't know if we've seen that in the shop yet.
Nope, so far I do believe all they've got is the one ribbon they got off the Elf Prince.
Goat's having a little bit of trouble here with the pillar maze as well.
Yep, that's pillars 2 and pillar 1 found and no good. So 3 or 4, let's see what happens. It was 3.
Okay, alright. So we got
in the area, but going to Gaia, gonna check the item shop and the bottle, which they already popped.
Yep, I don't think they turned that in yet from Ghost Pirate, so we're gonna get something here that we don't know what it is. There's the tail, okay.
Promotion isn't strictly necessary, but it's not a bad thing. It's not like we're trying to get a black belt up.
Right. Okay, there's the chime from the bottle, so this means this is maybe either Oxyale or Rod. TNT to something that we probably want. Alright.
The reason to go back to dwarfs, and with the key in hand, that's access to some more chests if they want to dive for them. Bert gonna go ahead and straight up promote, relatively close in the area.
Yeah, makes sense.
And Ghost Pirate's not that far away from Gaia. Might just do that quick shot over there.
Yeah, I'd like that play. You're going to get the chime there from the ferry turn-in. You can just zip right south and just go ahead and just throw Bane sticks at Tiamat if you really want to. This can really start taking off for you. Oh, hello!
How far is that deep? And, I mean, you're going to take that fight regardless. That's a one-hit.
Wow. Was that hard reset is my question. I saw him save. Okay, it wasn't a hard
reset first encounter.
It was not. We got R and Kylos. Okay, what's next?
Side effect of a long run. You get less encounters, but it takes longer to grind. It looks like second encounter.
Okay, and they're not hitting very hard either. Interesting.
4 hits for 700. I think the fighter's hitting hard enough.
Oh yeah, then it was 72 damage back from the T-Rex there. They usually hit much harder than that. That's not bad.
Okay, so second encounter is the blue steak, and then we got steak and wings on the third encounter, so not a horrible back-to-back.
Yeah.
Ghost Pirate not having out in the tail, not going to go ahead and get the... Oh, going to head out now, but knows where that is and not going to Gaia.
Oh, turn around. Maybe going back? Maybe going to turn in that slab? Yeah, turn in the slab. Alright.
Meanwhile, Bert promoted, gets some more items, gets out of Gaia, or Canaria, and figure out where is he going.
Looks like he's going to go turn in that TNT. Nope, I'm wrong. We're going to go and check spike tiles in the back of Northwest Castle.
So Very true. So far, the best grind that we've seen has been some mud goals.
Yeah. Earth's not really. Oh, hey, loot. That's important.
That is go mode for Ghost Pirate. He does not need any more items once he has that chime. Going to use the Lefeinian hospital while he's here, and the inn just for good measure. Not going to check the super store, doesn't want to care. Honestly, he knows that the endgame is a plus 3x cal with a plus 20% hit that fast on the red mage. Meanwhile, the Agama is the second tile in Northwest Castle. Bert on the solo grind on the Agamas. Meanwhile, Ghost Pirate back to the blue stakes. Blue stakes are definitely more experienced, but you have the time it takes to get to that encounter as opposed to what Bert is able to do off and on the Agama.
Yeah. Let's see, what's Bert getting for a party here? 2,500 maybe? Not even 17. Okay, so 17 for an Agama across the whole party, and Goat's got a little over 4,000 across the whole party from one T-Rex. So clearly the T-Rex is better, but the time that Bert's saving by not having to walk makes a bit of a difference.
Maybe he was just taking a quick one because he knew it was there, and did he get the chime already or not?
Maybe he did. He did not.
No, he did not.
Okay. Ooh. Turn in that bottle. There you go. There you go. That's the play. Pick up the tail. Why not?
Even if he doesn't... They saw it. He has the money. Is he choosing to? No, he is not. He does not care.
I like that, actually. You know, you don't need it. So why waste your time?
The only advantage you gain from that is the potential increase in rate of experience gain, but it's not strictly necessary, and if you know a good grind you can take fast, you can get that experience just as, if not faster than you would.
Let's see what happens here, heading on up the Mirage Tower into the Sky Palace. Oh, there's Blue Stake again in the bottom right quadrant, too. Interesting.
Red Mage almost down on a knee, but the fighter doing so much damage. 4,900. There you go.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think it's the worst idea here to just head on up and just, you know, let your party just get taken out along the way, and maybe hopefully that fighter survives.
To the later game dungeons as opposed to things like Volcano or Earth, where you have parties that you encounter that are a lot.
Yeah, definitely could be a little spooky here.
So far nothing worth fighting, but
yeah, we don't even have nuke or anything that we can just, like, you know, pepper spray this, like, trash mobs here. Medusas with Frost is possibly frustrating. Okay, we're okay.
gonna take.
Alright, decent experience here from the Cerberus. It's not bad.
It's just sad seeing ice be the ice being the best spell that you can use.
Yep.
And punch for the red mage, saving the charges of.
Thinks is on the spike tile. No, thank you.
And we are. So far, Bert hitting level 20 members.
Oh.
Has that level lead. Oop, glare from the Agamas. They are not safe. I mean, he's not going to mind the thief going down, but he's going to want to save. And a Thorhammer +3. That'd be really nice to see otherwise, but CC's Gamma not paying off to be a super weapon.
Interesting. The glare on the Agama there. I don't think we've seen that the entire time. And then just poof. It's going to help, though.
Rotating that Black Mage up to the top slot. Gonna, focus that, 2,800 for the... Meanwhile, Goats is on the bridge of death. Where are you? Nope. Found some R Hydras. Gonna choose to run from those as well. Good experience, but again, no solid sweeper. Ooh, we have Forced Recruit behind.
Oh, that's spicy. I must have missed that. Yeah.
Well, Black Mage behind Tia. If we get there, will he just swap the Black Mage for a Black Mage? And
I mean, maybe not even the worst idea to swipe the Black Mage for the Thief and just, you know, go Fighter Red Double Black. I mean, I don't know.
well, we got Temper, we got Fast going out. Tempers and Fast already on the Fighter. The Thief doing nothing. Lit 2 coming out from Tia. More Tempers coming out. That Fighter's going to swing heavy. He hit 700 plus before, 1340 that time. That is a Tia down. Level 20 and 1721. But what does he do with the Black?
Okay, he replaced the Black Mage in his party, so we're going to have to buy spells again for that Black Mage, which is why I might not have done that, but it's okay.
At this point, he really has that Red Mage with us all the valid spells.
Yeah.
Not going to promote. I totally would understand taking this. And it looks like he's going to try and get some... He just wants to focus on this overworld encounter grind. And meanwhile, Bert getting that slab... That will...
Slab is good. That gives him the loot.
For going Agama. Yeah, for a second I thought he was going to go on-rack first, and like that.
Yeah, still missing that Oxyon. Need the Rod as well. So we have access to 2 of our dungeons with Volcano and Goats having finished Sky. We still need either Rod or Oxyale for our Goma. We still need 3 orbs any. So need 1 more dungeon item somewhere.
If it's 3 orbs, then oh.
Okay, there's the Rod.
In close proximity to the place to use it as well, with some grind options, Ghost Pirates might just take...
I think he just heads right down here. I like to check the room right before the Vampire, check the spike tiles here on Earth. I feel like that's on my way, and it saves me the time of having to walk in any of the other rooms. So we'll see if he bothers to check that. Gotta be feeling pretty good, though, about where he's at. He's got a Volcano and a Earth Dive, and that's really it. Just needs some levels. It's pretty quick here.
Using some guillotines on the bat. Says Bert finds the blue stake with some levels on his swing. That Red Mage just swung a Vorpal, which
sure. Alright.
Bert, just like Goats, just going straight up the tower, not bothering with those chests and
metal slimes. Zap would be helpful here. They absorb a lot of melee damage, though, so this is not an ideal fight. If we had that Fire 3, you know, on that Black Mage, this would be nice.
well, I don't think he needs the Fire 3 for anything else, because Lich is going to go down pretty easy with the X-Gal alone, so
True.
I could see him using this Red Mage.
Oh.
Hey, we had a trap Warmech there.
Okay. Hang on a second here. Treasures?
And Warmech.
Oh, yeah, this is a monster in this chest here. Okay. Was that marked? That was not... Was it? It was not. How very interesting that Goats found that.
So we'll have the Vorpal neutral, the X-Cal that rolled up, and ouch, Goats Pirate loses the Fighter. Stop casted, keeping the party down. Fire 3 from Warmech. This is pretty spicy. Oh, there goes the Red Mage, and that gets away with...
Yeah, this might be a reset.
I
Yeah.
could see resetting out of this because that's a lot of experience if you can get it, and that's a Moss.
Hmm.
You don't want to not have a Masa, and if the Masa rolls even neutral, it'd be a great weapon to have going into Chaos. Yeah, the
Mhm.
X-Cal rolled up, but it's not as good as a Masa, and
Yeah. Interesting. I'm not sure if he's going to get enough turns to buff out with a couple tempers and a fast, maybe. If he can get like 3 turns of buffing in, he might be able to take that Warmack, but that thing was hitting very hard.
it wasn't. Meanwhile, Bert gonna heal up and go for his... With that level advantage, over 22 across the party.
Mm-hmm. So fast and Banes and Tempers makes sense. Swing. It hits 1300. This Moss is doing a lot of work here. Tiamat with fast. That's a really great looking alternate sprite right there for Tiamat with the colors. I like that. That orange and green blue. It's pretty cool looking.
Meanwhile, Ghost Pirate's back into the fight with Warmack. Gonna go ahead and keep using wood armor for that Black Mage. Not so handy to have. Gets the fast mage on the fighter. See what happens. Temper going up. Still gonna wood. It looks like he's not even gonna bother utilizing that Black Mage or anything. Does get the swing. Gets 7 hits for over 1,000 damage. That X-Cal with that fighter doing good. Lit 2 is tickle compared to what we've seen from Warmack. Swings 2 hits, 2 damage. Swings again, 5 hits, 660. At this rate, if that fighter survives one more round,
there we go. There we go.
Brings up the levels closer to Bird, and we got a boss up +2. This is, what weapons did you give them? The best.
I mean, well, considering how bad the magic is that I rolled for them, the least I could do is give them some melee options, I suppose.
Very true. And here's our mass divergence. Bert did go ahead and check the honor icon and is in Waterfall. Meanwhile, Ghost Pirate's going onto the Vampire floor and is in go mode with the current items you have. This is the Oxio. Bert is in good position to try and take.
I think by thinking about what's left over here, we've turned in our crown, we turned in our herb, TNT. We saw lead to the rod, so this has got to be the Oxio. So that's good proximity routing here for Bird. I think he figured that out, that it had to be here. We'll see if it makes a difference, though, with Goats finishing up Earth Cave versus Bird having to go through a Sea Shrine.
Sea Shrine has more experience to get on the way, more experience from the Fiend, but realistically, if the levels are good enough, Goats is not going to matter. Hey, it's a white.
Interesting.
I think Ghost Pirates are going to just drop the play.
Should be.
Hello, eye tile in Waterfall.
There's the wrong eye, too. Ayo, another ribbon.
Oh, ribbon. Now that's paying out for Bird.
Okay, and there's that Oxio we knew had to be here.
And a gold -1 brace.
Not bad.
As he gets all of his armor squared away, Ghost Pirates is gonna just go ahead and dive. Is gonna check the boxes, having not come here early.
Not a whole lot here, I think, in the armory that I remember. White shirt, I think, was here. That other Bane sword, but nothing really else. No ribbon, no super really good weapon. We have a Masa, we have an X-Cal, we don't need much else.
Now, I will point out my disappointment in the fact that by the way these raiders are running, we are not going to see a carbonated bubbles, and we did not see a liberated raid dwarf. So,
sad. Sometimes we don't always get what we want.
True. I will always contend that the Hooray Dwarf is the He is aware.
Interesting with Goats here checking the hairpins as well. It's giving Bert a chance to kind of just, you know, really slam on the gas here and keep going.
Yep, not gonna run it out, just gonna right back in. As meanwhile, Bert is straight down to Kraken's Lord, not doing any checks on Sharknado.
Bert doesn't need anything. He's got 2 ribbons. He's got that X-Cow. He'll never get that Masa because we're not going Earthcave. But he really doesn't even need it.
Yeah, I would honestly take that ribbon to have a ribbon on both the primary melee and primary caster over having that Masa as a secondary melee for the Chaos fight, just because the fighter's going to be buff enough whether...
Interesting, we got a second fighter here behind Kraken as well. Oh.
Well, that'd be very handy to replace...
Oh. We gotta change strats here.
Well, good thing there's 2 Bane sticks, or Bane swords, and Terminated Zap. Bert gets the backup.
You'll love to see it.
Now, what does Bert... I mean, ooh, Bert dropped... Was that the...
It was the second
Party?
Black Mage, I think, he dropped right there. I like it. I like it. Double fighter here with the legendary weapons. We got a Vorpal, we got an X-Cow. I mean, let's go.
And Ghostfire is going to go ahead and check the RD tile. Finds a red dragon. I don't know if that...
Nope, that was a random encounter. Okay.
No, it was.
+2.
Finds the Opal Bracelet. That's some solid armor, but it's still negative.
Yeah, it's okay. Again, just okay. We don't want okay though. If we're kind of going out of our way to make these checks, we want to hit with something. We want a saber bonk, a temper bonk, you know, another ribbon. We want something that's going to pay off.
Indeed we do. Of course, Ghostfire, not promoted, does not have access to promotion level armor for any of his characters, but with that shirt plursing, it's doable. And yes, he has the White Mage. I assume that Nuke is going to die, stay dead.
Yeah, they'll get replaced right here. I'm not sure what's this. It's what is that? A thief. Okay, we're replacing the thief with a thief.
I mean, just remember to equip the gear and weapons, and that is full-on go mode.
Bert, not very far behind here, about to kill themselves a carry. Goat's doing a little bit of shopping here, gonna pick up life 2 on this Red Mage, perhaps? Or on the White Mage, yeah, that makes sense.
Or the White Mage.
Okay, I mean, if you're gonna have her, might as well use her.
Magic stacks up for Ghost Pirate as gets the fast out, 240 damage, carry tries and fails to kill the fighter beneath the fighter at the top as the fighter at the top swings and doesn't get the kill before hits 128. Fighter number 2 getting the buffs coming out, temper coming out. Fighter number 2, of course, being the big stick fighter who swings for 17.
That was a large swing.
And meanwhile, Bert dropping his secondary fighter and getting that thief back up the top, so not going with the 2 fighter strats, wants the evasion and luck chance up front.
Gotta replace a character, might as well replace the one that means the least, which has been that slot 1 for Bert all night so far, and yeah, just like that, Bert first in the Temple of Fiends here by about 5 seconds.
And sub 50 minute, there's a sub 42 minute Topher for both our races on stream. It gave Jet. Let's see what the Fiends give us. We knew that Warmech was a beast, but Warmech didn't show us any of its nukes clears, so these Fiends could...
Very much could. Boss stats are 80 to 170, so a little bit higher than vanilla 100%. on average, and the HP scaling is 100% to 200%. So the HP is going to be right around about 140% of the average. So they will be thicker, not necessarily stronger.
And the lack of unrunnables definitely helping our runners. Ghost Pirates gets away from the Jotunheim pack, back to the past. Hey, it's Jamira's the.
We got our runners here about a floor apart, just about here. This is really good. Really good running by both of our runners on stream tonight.
Pretty much nothing between them. The small divergence in routes, one going to get the rod out of the dwarf's cave, the other one going to get the oxtail out of the water. And Lich 2 on screen. Do we see a high Lich by Lich? What do we get? Punch for 4 hits, 4 damage. That thief doing everything. Ink coming out from Lich. How effective is that? Not so effective compared to the swing for 5 hits, but only 670 damage. That's actually kind of disappointing. Made up with that 406. Meanwhile, Zap coming out. Zap coming out. Is Bert going to get the Zap out? No, Bert's not getting the Zap out. Swings with the katana. 3 hits. 5 for 451. That's actually not that much damage coming out against that Lich 2.
Yeah. Seems like Lich might have rolled a little on the higher end with the stats and the HP there. Ooh, carry leading with Zap. Oh no. Takes out everybody but the red mage. Uh-oh.
Not having the pro, no pro rings and ribbon. Not gonna work. That is the first brick wall that any of our racers have found. Meanwhile, Bert ends the brick walls again.
That was a big swing by that Excal. It was, what, 1,700 damage again? It's very strong.
Yeah, very much. Now, we do not have set or fixed RNG, so each die. And looks like gonna have that solo red mage again. I mean, if the red mage survives a fight, has life 2 to bring it back up. We don't have life in, so.
Yeah, I think Goats was looking at that when he was cycling through his magic. I was curious.
As Goats is back into the past proper, Bert is about to face a critical hit machine known as. Will Kraken find the actual Whitecaster, or will Kraken. Fast and temper get out. Swing from the ninja does not much. 22. That's 7 hits, 1,200. Quad X does nothing to the ninja. This is going to be a fast fight. Bye bye, Kraken. 10.
Wow, that Excal is very powerful.
Meanwhile, Lich on the other side for Ghost Pirates. Yet again, 4 hits, only 300 damage. So yeah, this.
Is that Tiamat spread I like so much? Alright.
It reminds me of Two-Face, but she's got more than 2 heads, so. Fire 3, hey, it's Mage can't use.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Temper and Fast gets out 9 hits, 700 plus damage, not as much as we've seen from others, but I mean, it's gonna build up fast. Swings with the katana, it's 89 damage. Quad X again coming out for no effect, and bye bye Tia too. Bert is.
Goat's about to pull up carry 2 again, trying to prepare a little bit more, putting that masa on the red mage with the ribbon. Zap comes out, and of course it misses everybody but the white mage this time, because, you know, reasons. All right, 4703, Chaos being pulled by Burt Reynolds. We're going to do some, what are we going to do? We're going to do some zap. What are we going to do?
The zap would be hilarious, but I believe it's ineffective. So gonna go with fast, gonna go with temper, gonna go with swing. Fast comes out, temper comes out. This is the proper order of things. 7 hits, only 437. It's a pretty absorby chaos, just like Lich, but with more hit points and potentially worse spells to use. 635, Lit 2, not a worse spell to see. That's kind of Static Shock Ticklish. More temper coming out, little swing from the thief. Gonna go more temper, gonna see how much this massively buffed, already high hit percent swing from this fighter can do. Fire 2 and hot air and hits for over 1,000. This is not a and that is GG. First runner on stream and first runner overall for this race tonight. Burt Reynolds with a racetime.gg time of 48:08. The first run that was second. Our first runner overall was actually Chanigan off 47:04.
GG's to both of our runners here. Chanigan ran a great race off stream. Burt ran a very good race. See if he wants to get in here for an interview if possible, if he gets an invite. I got a question about the orbs I'd love to know his thoughts on.
Meanwhile, pass carry 2 on to T. And there we go. Ghost Pirate is on.
He was able to get through with the whole party as well.
I honestly, I think the katana was on ice.
Let me see. I'm not sure, Chanigan. I'm not sure.
All I know is it was the one that rolled down in comparison to the Bossa, the Vorpal, and the X-Cow with the
Well, you didn't want to go to ice and get your ship, Chanigan? Come on.
Ghost Pirate encountering with Chaos for the first time, and hopefully the only time tonight. Gonna be in just under that 50. Shuffling that one ribbon down to Chanigan chat saying that the X-Cow was the GOAT. At this point, we're pretty much, yeah, the GOAT was the X-Cow.
Yep. Cheeky Bane's coming out. I love it.
Yes, the White Mage. He could have run an X-Fur if he had chosen to cast it, or if he even bought it. But shirts instead.
Another swing. 9 hits, 425. We're getting there. Bane for the lulls. Fire 2 comes out. Does Fire 2 things. More temper. More power to the crit machine. More Bane. More white shirt. More temper. More swing. And it's 560. We're getting there. We're going to throw heals out, some tempers, another swing, more Bane. Ineffective. Temper goes out, does its job. Swing by that X-Cal. 7 hits, 795. We're getting there. A lot of HP left on this fighter as well. Another swing. 10 hits, 1060 damage. Get your GGs out in chat for Ghost Pirate, finishing third overall, second on stream with an official racetime.gg time of 51:21 GGs.
This was an excellent race to.
Yeah, this was good.
Nothing too chaotic, nothing too.
Yeah, I mean, the worst part about this was the magic not being super friendly, but I mean, all the melee rolled up aside for the katana.
Let's see if our second run join us up. And it looks like Ghost Pirate.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to decline an interview as well. No big deal. Great race by Goats. Great race by Birds too. That could have gone either way. That Zap did just very sad things to Goats on his first dive. Otherwise, this could have been a lot different. It would have been very, very close. GG's to both of our runners. Yeah. So without any runners coming in, Davian, what are your final thoughts on the seed?
Well, honestly, given what we knew about the Magic ahead of time, seeing all the equipment fall in line for that absurd fighter, it's, did a lot of casting of this flag set for the winter tournament, and I think I've only saw a few races that were. I really wish we had that guarded Masa chest.
It was not marked.
Honestly,
shout out to Ghost Pirate for finding it though. That was pretty funny.
A double shout out for actually going through with fighting it.
Yeah. Ghost Pirate, a man of the people. I appreciate it.
We will take that fight in.
Yeah. Well, without anybody popping in for an interview, I mean, I guess that's just you and me hanging out for a minute and talking. Anybody out there in the chat land have any questions for us about the flags? Any question about Final Fantasy Randomizer at all? Feel free to ask. We enjoy answering questions. We have a lot of fun in our community. I think you can say that I'm right about that, right, Davian?
As a recent member of or joiner to the community, a proper duckling, it's. And just off stream, our fourth runner of the tournament, Oslaudo, finishing up with a race time GT time of 54:59, and our final race runner, Cerberus, finishing off with a 55:09. Dead heat between those two runners off stream, and that is the end.
Wow, yeah. 5 runners, everybody finishing right around 55 minutes or less. That's a heck of a run by the runners tonight. GG's, everybody that participated. That was fun. These are quick flags. This was fun. I knew I wanted to do this tonight. I'm happy you could join me, Davian. This was fun. Lefeinian ladder, week 10, finishing up season 1. We're going to have playoffs starting pretty soon. And then we'll get to working on season 2 at some point in the next coming months, and we'll some wrinkles in there to kind of keep things fresh for you guys and think of some more fun to have and other things we can do here to kind of switch things up and whatnot. So it's a good time.
You asked me what I thought about the seed. What did you think about the seed?
I mean, I liked it. It's always fun to see, the puzzles start coming together. The magic was not very friendly, but the melee was quite nice, and the legendary weapons on the fighter, when we saw that, made me perk up really, really much, enjoying to see what we could possibly see. We saw a great approach there with Goat's Power, just not even taking promotion, just taking that X out of the end game on the fighter, picking up the Maso on the way, Bert going for promotion, trading out a black wizard for a ninja for a black wizard, a white wizard, whatever was in his way, another fighter, and then finishing up with a ninja again, putting use to that katana. It was just really good, fun flags, and I'm really glad that I could be here and be a part of this tonight.
Most definitely, and likewise, and of course, thank you to you thank you for Speed Gaming. Of course, thanks for Wildham, our tracker, keeping us up to date on what. for anyone who is new to the community or just seeing us for the first time, feel free to go to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com and check out the randomizer itself. All you need is the ROM and the ability to click twice and you can get in. You can mess with a bunch of different flag presets from previous tournaments, events going on, or you can dive into the randomizer and change different options. And if you want to actually know what all those options do, feel free to head up the Discord you will find on there. The community is extremely welcoming and happy to have new runners.
Yeah, for sure. We do love teaching people. I like being part of the Duckling program. I had a lot of really great people teaching me how to play this game, and I like to give back. And shout out to Saracen, who does a fantastic job getting the ducks ready and making them scary. It's a lot of fun. We do the best we can to kind of just have fun and just make the community a welcoming place for everybody and teach you guys how to play. The game is an old game, but it's a game we love. So feel free to come hang out and join the Discord and, say hi or lurk. Either one is fine.
And with that, no interviews to come, figure we go ahead and wrap it up for the evening. And
Yeah, sounds good to me.
thanks again for speed gaming, and have
a good night, everybody. Thank you.